What is going on YouTube? This is Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today guys, I'm coming at you with a B.E.S deck profile for the post-maximum crisis format. After 10 plus years, we finally get some new B.E.S support in the new Maximum Crisis set. So for those of you who are looking for a budget deck, I think that this deck is the deck that you guys can pick up, on a budget. You guys can actually compete with this deck on a local/competitive level. This deck is actually very fun to play as well. And with the release of the new B.E.S Zelos Field Spell card in Maximum Crisis, B.E.S monsters essentially become kind of like Cosmo monsters / Match Spectre monsters while on the field. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck profile, and of course as I progress to the deck profile, I'll be explaining to you guys all my card choices and the reasons why I play them. So no further ado, let's get started with the deck. And of course, if you guys are interested in a dinosaur playmat, make sure you guys message me on my Facebook page. Here is a picture of the dinosaur playmat. The playmat is selling out fast, so if you are wanting to support the channel, make sure you guys message me on my Facebook page if you guys are interested in purchasing one of these dinosaur playmats. Let's start with the monsters. So, with the new supports that we did get in Maximum Crisis, is we got, triple B.E.S Big Core MK3, okay? This card was one of the better cards that just got released for this old archetype. If you guys don't know what B.E.S Big Core does, is that if your opponent controls a monster, you control no monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. If this card is normal summon or special summon, place 3 counters on this card, cannot be destroyed by battle at the end of the damage step. If this card battles a monster, remove 1 counter from this card. If you cannot destroy it, you can banish this card from your graveyard, shuffle all B.E.S monsters from your graveyard back into the deck. So the really good thing about this card is that 1, he gains counters whether or not he is normal summon or special summon, which B.E.S archetype rely on. If they don't have counters after they were attacked, or if they attack, you have to remove a counter. If they cannot remove the counter, the card automatically gets destroyed, and that goes for every single B.E.S monster in the deck. These cards cannot be destroyed by battle, so if your opponent would try to attack over it, it will lose 1 counter at the end of the damage step, but this card is the best card in the deck. B.E.S Big Core MK3, with the sole being that it's a huge beater. And it's also, trigger off its effect whether or not it's normal summon or special summon, which you are going to rely on a lot in this deck because of the new field spell. Next off, the second best card in my personal opinion is B.E.S Big Core MK2. This card is like, the little brother of Big Core MK3. This card essentially have the same effect. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. When this card is special summon, place 3 counters on this card. The really good thing about these two is that, they basically gain counters when they are special summon. And with the new B.E.S Zelos, it requires you to special summon a B.E.S monster from your hand. So when these cards are special summoned, they will gain counters on them, okay? And this card will gain 3 counters. These are cannot be destroyed by battle. Same effect as B.E.S Big Core MK3. And if this card attacks or is attacked, remove 1 counter from this card at the end of the damage step if you cannot destroy it. So you guys all understand the point. All B.E.S monsters, which I'm about to showcase you guys right now, have the exact same effect, where, if they cannot remove a counter, they're automatically destroyed. So these cards are the really good card because when they're special summon, you basically get counters, which is really important for you guys to know. Next off to the B.E.S monsters that do not get counters when they're special summon is, of course, triple B.E.S Cover Core. B.E.S Cover Core is a 2500, 800 defense machine B.E.S monster. Put 2 counters on this card when this card is normal summon. This card is not destroyed as a result of battle. If this card battles an opponent monster, toss a coin, and if you call it at the end of the damage step, if you call it wrong, remove 1 counter. If this card battles without a counter, destroy this card at the end of the damage step. Okay, so same effect, but this card has a unique effect where if we're to battle, you flip a coin. If you call it right, you basically get to keep the counter. If you call it wrong, you lose the counter at the end of the damage step. So this card is okay because you're relying on a chance for this card to remain face up on the field. So you want to play triple B.E.S Cover Core. Next off, you want to play triple B.E.S Crystal Core. Same concept. Put 3 counters when this card is normal summon. Same effect. It cannot be destroyed as a result of battle. If this card battles one monster, you move a counter. If you cannot destroy it, but this card has a unique effect. What's it called? Once per turn during your main phase, you can change 1 face-up attack position monster your opponent controls to face-up defense position. Okay, so you basically get to switch one of your opponent's attack position monsters, so that way that your B.E.S monster can easily run over the monster that they have on the field. And last but not least, you want to play triple B.E.S Tetran. This card is your your back removal. You can basically remove 1 counter from this card to destroy a spell and trap card on the field, and you can only use this effect once per turn. So that's pretty much it for your B.E.S monster that you play in the deck. And I would like to apologize for the proxies. These cards are actually super old to obtain, so I unfortunately cannot find more copies of Tetran or the Cover Core or the B.E.S Crystal Core. And that's pretty much it. And the reason why I do not play B.E.S Big Core is because it has really no effect. You know what I mean? only effect that it has is the first effect and secondary effect of every other B.E.S monster. But other than that, these cards are way more superior. And with the release of MK3, I believe that that MK3 just replaces the whole entire B.E.S big core. Overall. So if you guys definitely want to incorporate big core in your deck, you guys can go ahead and do that. And last but not least, you want to play Double Planet Pathfinder. The reason why you want to play this card plus 3 terraformings in the deck is because you want to see B.E.F Zelos in your hand as quickly as possible. That card is like the main reason why this deck can, is able to function. Planet Pathfinder effect means that you contribute this card, add 1 field spell card from your deck to your hand, so that way that you get to have access to B.E.F Zelos as quickly as possible. So that's really important to know. You play the 3 Kaijus. I played Kumongus, Yugioh, and of course the Gamma Sea, the Sea Turtle Kaiju have an important role in the deck, and which I'll showcase you guys when I showcase you guys the spells. But these cards are really good overall to get rid of cards like Masterpiece that's on the field, and also cards like VFD, which is really important in today's metagame. Off to the spells, the most important spell of the deck is B.E.F Zelos. If you guys don't know what this card does, this card is the best card in the deck. When this card is activated, you can add 1 boss rush from your deck to your hand. All B.E.S monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense. Your opponent cannot target them with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by your opponent card effects. So that's a really good thing about this card, is that they make your B.E.S monsters immune to basically everything. The only way that your opponent can beat your B.E.S monsters is as a result of battle. Okay, and his secondary effect is really good. Once per turn, you can special 1 B.E.S monster from your hand. So once per turn, any B.E.S monster you have in your hand, you basically get to freely summon it using this card's effect. So that's why this card is just so good. If a B.E.S monster is normal summon or special summon to your side of the field, place 1 counter on it. So off cards like B.E.S Big Core and and the B.E.S Big Core MK2, when you special summon these cards off B.E.F Zelos' effect, they'll gain 3 counters off their effects, and they'll gain 1 more counter. So as a result, they'll have 4 counters on these cards. And they're pretty huge chips. This card becomes 3,200, and this card becomes 2,900, which is pretty huge to get over. And this card can basically trample over everything, especially while B.E.F Zelos is on the field. So Big Core MK3 is just really good, especially while this card is on the field. And you can special summon all of your B.E.S monster from your hand off B.E.F Zelos' effect, which is really important. So this card is the best card in the deck, which you want to see in your opening hand every single game. You want to see Pathfinder, you want to see also Terraforming as well to get access to this card as quickly as possible. So B.E.F Zelos, triple Terraforming. You guys must play triple Terraforming, really good. Triple Boss Rush, this card is amazing. What this card does is that, one, when B.E.F Zelos is activated, you get to add a Boss Rush to your hand. And Boss Rush is really good because anytime a B.E.S monster or Big Core monster you control gets destroyed, during the end phase, you get to special summon a B.E.S monster directly from your deck. So if you have multiple copies of Boss Rush on the field, let's say you have 3 copies of Boss Rush while you have 1 B.E.S monster, once that B.E.S monster is destroyed, it's like during the end phase, you get to special summon 3 B.E.S monsters directly from your deck. And as well, especially if you have a B.E.F Zelos on the field, those monsters are going to be pretty huge. So Boss Rush is just really amazing for that. Be able to tutor up B.E.S monsters directly from the deck to help you make rank XC's plays just really good, and also the high pressure on the board is just really nice. And the fact that we have a new support to basically get access into this card quicker by using B.E.F Zelos makes the deck a little bit more consistent, in my personal opinion. And the way that B.E.S monster gets destroyed is either by battle, by card effect, and even also off their own effects. So if they have no more counters to remove and they get destroyed, Boss Rush in the end phase will get to activate, especially another B.E.S monster from the deck. Next off, I played the Kaiju engine, and as I explained before, the Kaiju is just really good because of Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Slumber is just really good in this deck because it triggers off Boss Rush. Not only does it trigger off your Boss Rush, it also gives you a Jizukiru, which is really important to know, and also being able to search a Kaiju monster to trample over the Masterpiece is just really amazing overall. Not only does Kaiju Slumber destroy your B.E.S monster on the field, it also wipes your opponent's entire board. And if you have multiple Boss Rushes on the field, while you at least wiped off 1 B.E.S monster you control, Boss Rush will basically get the trigger during the end phase, which is really amazing. So that's why Interrupted Kaiju Slumber is in the deck. Okay, it is because it's a trigger off Boss Rush, and also helps you clear problematic boards that it's hard to deal with. So that's another engine that you guys can play. You guys can also play cards like Dark Hole in the deck to basically help trigger off cards like Boss boss rush, but I believe that Interrupted Kaiju Slumber is just overall more powerful because of the fact that you're able to just banish it to basically search a kaiju from your deck to your hand. But this engine is totally optional, but I just like the fact that you're able just to trigger off your boss rush on your own by destroying it and also getting a free Jizukuru, which is very powerful. Next off, for our staples, you want to play double Cosmic Cyclone and double Pot of Desires. I know not all of you guys are fans of Pot of Desires, but I believe that with the multiple copies of B.E.S monsters that you play in the deck, Pot of Desires does not hurt your deck at all. You're not going to banish 3 big core MK3, 3 cover core, 3 MK2. The possibilities of banishing all of your monsters is very limited, especially in the deck that you are playing triple copies of every single B.E.S monster. So Pot of Desires is really good. You want to see your field spell as quickly as possible, so any chance of you having to draw it off Desires is just really great. But if another alternative to Pot of Desires is cards like Upstart Goblin and also cards like One Day of Peace that you guys can take off of Pot of Desires. So yeah. And last but not least, a very good card in the deck, limited removal. Oh my goodness, guys. So you bring out a board full of B.E.S monsters using B.E.F Zelos or using cards like Boss Rush, enter the battle phase. Your B.E.S monsters cannot be targeted, they cannot be destroyed, they cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effect. They're basically immune to everything. So you activate limited removal, okay? Boost all their attack, okay? And they're unaffected by your opponent card effects, not your card effects. So you boost up all your B.E.S monster attack, hopefully kill your opponent. If basically your opponent does not die during the end phase, limited removal will activate to destroy all those machine monsters that was affected by limited removal's effect. And if you destroy B.E.S monsters, Boss Rush will trigger. So limited removal is just really good. And that's pretty much it for your spells. Off to our traps. I love to play Triple Storm Mirror Force to maintain board presence. So that's why Storm Ring is just really good in this deck. The only way that your opponent can beat your B.E.S monsters is through battle, so protecting the monsters is really important to maintain board presence, and Storming is just really good. Last but not least, 1 Torrential Tribute, overall a good board clearance in the deck, and also helps you trigger off your Boss Rush, which is really important. And last but not least, the Skill Drain. This card is so good in this deck for the fact that it negates the counter effect. Once you are basically once you activate Skill Drain, your B.E.S monsters essentially become big beaters, and it doesn't matter of their effects. Their effects are irrelevant anyways. And really good thing about Skill Drain is that it stops the effect of getting it counters and you having to remove counters. So once you have B.E.S Zelos on the field and also cards like Boss Rush with the Skill Drain, you're more likely gonna win the duel because your ships are untargetable by anything. You cannot be destroyed by card effects, and with Skill Drain negates all your opponent monster effect, and your B.E.S monster becomes a huge beat stick in the deck. So Skill Drain is just really good. So that's pretty much it for the main deck, guys. Now let's go off to your side deck. Side deck is always up to personal preference, but I like to showcase you guys on some of the cards that you guys can play in this format. You got cards like Artifact Lancia, Double Humongous, really good. 1 Regeki, Double Twin Twister. Regeki helps clear boards that you're unable to deal with. Double Dark Hole triggers off your own Boss Rush as well, and it helps clear boards. Double Solemn Strikes, really good going first against Pendulum matchups. Triple Dimensional Barrier, really good against cards. Decks like Zodiacs, which is really amazing. Having a ship backed up with Dimensional Barrier is just pretty good. And last but not least, for the new True Draco is double Master Restrict. And side deck, guys, is all up to personal preference on what you guys want to play in the side. Let's go up to the extra deck, guys. Extra deck, let me tell you guys right now, you barely go into it, but here are some of the cards that you guys can use in the extra. So Hope Harbinger, Galaxy Eyes Full Armor, and the Lancelot for the level 8s. For the level 7s, you play Phantom Beast, Red Eyes Flare, Gaia Charger, and also a number 11 Big Eye. And for our level 6s, which you play, the most of in the deck is 1 Gauntlet Launcher, 1 Photon Strike Bouncer, 1 Beyond for OTKs, Dragulus, which is really good, and last but not least, an M7. And for level 5s, just in case you have it, is Cyber Dragon Infinity, Cyber Dragon Nova, and the number 61 Volcosaurus. And that's pretty much it for this deck, guys. Overall, I believe that this deck is really strong. Having untargetable ships that cannot be targeted by your opponent card effects, cannot be destroyed by your opponent card effects, and they also gain attack boost. And and if they were destroyed, having cards like Boss Rush on the field gets you a generous amount of advantage, which is really amazing. And if you guys want to play this on a local level, I would suggest you guys play this deck. It's a very fun deck to play, and it's a deck that you're able to just troll off your opponent, which is really cool as well. If you guys want to see more deck profiles, make sure you guys smash that 500 plus like button for more videos. And yeah, after 12 years, we finally have this deck's full support. Alright guys, this is Sam from Team Sam signing out. Stay tuned for more deck profiles. Alright guys, peace.